on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Slayin' It with Radio podcast. I am your host, Radioslay. If you haven't been here and don't know what this podcast is about, it's a quick hitting one, meaning I only do the episodes about 10 minutes long, and we cover everything, including life, sports, pop culture, music, you name it, we'll do it. Today's episode is perfect time because right around the corner, we got the Super Bowl. So we're going to talk all things about the Super Bowl this week, including not just the game itself, but all the events that surround it, which to this day, 2023 is just absolutely crazy when you think about it. We've been seeing Super Bowls for nearly 60 years, and it's crazy where it has come. It used to be just another football game championship, and now it's one of the biggest events of the year. And it's crazy how it can bring so many people to sit in front of the TV and not only watch a football game, but watch all the events that surround it. I mean, so much money, millions of maybe billions of dollars are poured into this one day, this one 3 to 4 hour event, and it's absolutely nuts. Me being a huge football fan, my favorite team's the Philadelphia Eagles, who were fortunate enough to be in the Super Bowl this year, so I'm extra excited. But even if my team wasn't in the Super Bowl, it's always a day to look forward to as a sports fan, or even just as a party fan, because a lot of people that you talk to, not only across America, but across the world, plan for this special event and throw parties and get togethers, and there's food, there's drinks, music, and really just a fun time and really a good reason to get everybody together to watch this incredible event. They are now doing nowadays these uh, pre-game concerts with these big time artists. The halftime show has always been a spectacle. This year, Rihanna will be in it, so if that pulls an additional people in. Obviously, you have the football game itself. We've all been it for the commercials. It's so funny that we dislike advertisements when we're watching TV. A lot of us have gone to streaming services like YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, etc., and love it for the fact that we don't have to sit through commercials. We can watch our shows, we can watch our movies uninterrupted, but we look forward to watching ads on the Super Bowl. It's kind of funny. Um, but a lot of the ads are very creative. We also get to see new trailers for upcoming movies that are slated to come out throughout the year. So that's another exciting thing. But it's crazy like what the Super Bowl brings nowadays, and um, it it really is. It's almost, people say it's like a national holiday for us here in the states. We've been begging and pleading and to try to get the following Monday. The Monday after Super Bowl as a some kind of holiday. So for us that have to go to work, or for the younger folks that have to go to school, we can recover, especially for us on the East Coast. We're up till 10, 11, even midnight, cleaning up and just, fraternizing and talking and post game, maybe celebrating if our favorite team wins. Um, but it truly is a great event that we have. Um, and some of my favorite things about it, other than the football game, of course, the food. You guys that know me, I'm a huge foodie. I love eating food, and this is the perfect time to pull out the wings, the pizza, the nachos, the burgers. And I personally think that you have to have at least those things at every Super Bowl party. Um, and it's just a good chance to just fill your plate up like this high, sit back and just chow down while you're watching the commercials in the game and the entertainment and such. But I hope everyone does get to enjoy their Super Bowl Sunday, whatever it is you're looking forward to. There's a lot of things you can look forward to. I think we outlined them all. Um, I'm curious to know what your guys' thoughts are on the Super Bowl. And there's a couple things that we can outline here. What are your rituals for the Super Bowl? Do you have a lot of people over? Maybe like watching it by yourself or with just loved ones? What's your normal Super Bowl spread? Do you have like a traditional dish that you like to make just for Super Bowl or big parties? Love to hear what those are. Love to get some of those recipes, by the way. Um, what do you like about the Super Bowl? What do you dislike about the Super Bowl? Maybe you don't watch the Super Bowl. Why is that? You're not a sports fan. You don't like the halftime show that they line up. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are on that. Um, the other part of the Super Bowl is the game itself, and um, it's every year you see it, and the numbers just go up and up and up. And I'm talking about the ticket prices. If I haven't been to a football game in almost 10 years. And I know the ticket prices back then, this is for a standard regular season game. When I went to Eagles versus Jaguars 2014, it was the opening game of that season. And I think I paid about $150 or so for two tickets in the upper level. Now I'm seeing prices for the Super Bowl, knowing that they're going to be, significantly higher because it is a championship game. Again, huge spectacle. One of, if not the biggest games of sports for the year. Um, we're talking 5,000, 10,000, $15,000 for one ticket. And that's not even including airfare, hotels, other travel expenses, buying memorabilia, those type of things. I can realistically see somebody spending 50 grand um on a Super Bowl experience, which is crazy. And that's if you're lucky enough to even get tickets. And it's just my wife and I were talking and we were doing the math. I mean, just tickets alone, they could be pulling in well over $500 million if we did our math correctly, um, for this Super Bowl, which is out in Arizona. And that is an insane number, again, just for tickets, not including everything else. And I know there's a lot of expenses and what's the bottom line, et cetera, but it's truly a day where the NFL and a lot of other businesses can really rake in a lot of money. And that goes to show why cities are fighting to host a Super Bowl every year. I mean, it's a huge way for them to really bump up their bottom line for the year, whether it's hotels, restaurants, bars, you name it, anything that has to do within their city. I'm sure they would love to have a Super Bowl in their town. So it's just a crazy, exciting day that's coming up here real soon. Again, love to know what your thoughts are on what's your Super Bowl traditions. What do you like? What you don't like? What are you looking forward to most? Um, what your thoughts are on all the prices that are going up with the Super Bowl and how crazy it is? Do you agree with it? Disagree with it? Love to know all your thoughts on that. Please leave a comment as well as follow, like, subscribe to all the socials up here. If you want to catch me live, I am out on the Twitch platform. We're normally live Sundays, 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern, as well as Wednesdays and Fridays, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. We can always chat there. And I'd also love to hear any of your ideas for topics for the podcast. So feel free to either let me know when I'm live in Twitch, or you can leave it as a comment as well. If I have some background or experience with it, I'll be sure to put that on a future podcast. But we're just about out of time. So always appreciate all the continued support that you guys are giving. Remember, please do something nice for someone. Make sure you guys stay hydrated. And we'll catch you next time on Slaying It with Radio.